Starting lineups for tonight's contest between Hatters from Hatboro, Horsham, and the Lady Eagles from Norristown. Hatboro, Horsham, number 1, Alex Weissel. Number 4, Lauren Anderson. Number 21, Biz Vescio. Number 22, Janet Gould.
What was that number 22?
And number 33, Kate Romano. The Lady Eagles from Norristown. Number 1, Brent Tita. Number 2, Melissa O'Donnell. Number 15, Devin Blake. Number 10, Heather McHugh. And number 24, Sophia Waters.
That's awesome.
Welcome everyone inside Norristown Area High School for another girls varsity matchup between the Hatboro Horsham Hatters and the Norristown Eagles. The Hatboro Horsham Hatters at the bottom of the Suburban 1 Continental League at 3-14. Norristown at third in the conference at 13-6. The tip-off goes to Alyssa O'Donnell and the Eagles, and it's in the hands of Sophia Waters. But now a quick steal right here by the Hatters of Hatboro Horsham. Norristown 8-3 within conference play. Hatboro Horsham winless at 0-9. Here's Kate Romano. Passes back out. Now in the corner is Romano again. And here's Meschio back to Romano. And Romano loses the ball out of bounds, but it was off of Heather McHugh, so the Hatters will keep it. Starting for the Hatters, Lauren Anderson, Biz Meschio, Jenna Gold, Kate Romano, Alex Beisel. There's a bank shot up and good off the glass for Lauren Anderson, or Alex Beisel, excuse me. Here's Curtita, back to McHugh, over to Waters. Waters driving, takes a mid-range jump shot, missed it, and a rebound for Jenna Gold. Bryn Kotita is 19 points shy of 1,000 for her career, so we'll keep an eye on that. She's likely not to get it until tomorrow, though. And now it's Romano with the ball. Now here is Lauren Anderson back to the point, and Biz Meschio, who goes to Anderson. Guarded by Heather McHugh. Biz Meschio goes to the basket and misses the shot. The rebound for Alyssa O'Donnell. Here comes the Eagles in transition. O'Donnell puts up a shot, couldn't get it, and the rebound goes down to the Hatters. Norristown's coming off of a loss by 10 at William Tennant. The Hatters of Hatboro Horsham are coming off of a loss against Council Rock South. Both teams looking to rebound from losses. And here comes Lauren Anderson and the Hatters of Hatboro Horsham. Goes over to Biz Meschio. Finds Romano. Kate Romano takes a long two and got it. That was indeed a two. Her foot was on the line. And it's an early 4-0 lead for the Hatters. Devin Blake over to McHugh. McHugh shoots for three and misses it. Nice looking rebound for O'Donnell and a putback. Alyssa O'Donnell, who comes into this game averaging 12.3 points per game, Norristown's leading scorer. We're talking about Bryn Kotita being 19 points shy of 1,000. Well, Alyssa O'Donnell has cracked that 1,000 point mark for her career earlier this season. Here's Romano. And here goes over to Meschio. Meschio with the inside pass to a cutting Romano. She couldn't get it though, it's off the bottom of the rim. And here comes the Eagles, Kotita, all the way to the basket. Couldn't get it, but another offensive rebound for O'Donnell. She missed it, but was fouled. Alyssa O'Donnell's coming off of a 10-point game in that loss against Tennant. And Alyssa O'Donnell at the free throw line. Her free throw up and good. We've played just over 3 minutes here, and it's 4-3 in favor of the Hatters, but O'Donnell can tie it with a free throw, and she does. The Hatters had some trouble inbounding it, and they have to call a timeout to avoid the 5-second violation. So head coach Eric Glemser will talk things over with his Hatters. Keith Webster will talk to the Norristown Eagles. And so far it's been all Alyssa O'Donnell, her rebounding and her inside scoring for the Eagles. And she has all 4 of the Eagles' points. For the Hatters, scoring were Kate Romano and Alex Beisel. The Eagles don't make any substitutions. It's still Waters, Blake, Kotita, O'Donnell, and McHugh. Here comes Kate Romano handling the ball here. Goes to Biz Meschio, who will try to set up the offense. Goes over to Beisel. Inside, the pass is bobbled around a bit, and now coming up with it's the Eagles and McHugh. Pass ahead to Waters. A 3-on-1 here. Bounce past Kotita, and she lays up for the easy 2. Bryn Kotita now with 983 career points, 17 shy of 1,000. Doesn't figure to get a ton of playing time in this game since it's likely to be a blowout, but close early here, 6-4 with 4:18 to go in the first. Here's Kate Romano bringing it up for the Hatters. Trying to get past Waters, can't. Pass to Meschio. Here's Beisel. Took a jump shot, it's off the glass, it's no good though. And here comes the Eagles in transition once again. Ahead to Waters. Past one girl and does not get the finish. And here comes the Hatters of Hatboro Horsham. And there's a foul on the floor here. Or actually it was stepping out of bounds. And the Eagles will take over. Here's Curtita over to McHugh for three and doesn't get it. The rebound is out of bounds, last off of the Eagles. So Brittany Rose and Rayvon Mitchell check into the game for the Norristown Eagles, with Devin Blake and Bryn Curtita going to the bench. And this pass is batted away, but it goes out of bounds before Sophia Waters can get over to it. So the Hatters will inbound, take it side out of bounds. Kate Romano with the pass inside. And here's Meschio. Goes to Beisel. Back to Meschio. Driving. And she walked with the basketball. That's a turnover. So we got exactly 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. And it's Norristown with the 6-4 lead. They've scored the last 6 points in this game. McHugh shoots for three again and missed it. She's now 0 for 3 from deep. Waters with the putback, though, after getting the offensive rebound. And Norristown now has 4 baskets, and 3 of them have come on second chance opportunities off of offensive rebounds. So here's Kate Romano. Excellent score. Puts up a floater. It's in and out, no good. Here comes Rayvon Mitchell. Pass ahead to Waters. Into the corner for McHugh. Takes a 2 and drains it. Heather McHugh wasn't hitting the 3 early in the game, so she decided to step in, get herself going maybe a little bit, and took the 2. There's a bounce pass inside for Beisel. Shoots it, missed it, but it's Brittany Rose with the rebound for the Eagles. There's a pass ahead to Waters. Shoots baseline for 2, couldn't get it, and the rebound for Alex Beisel. So it's in the hands of Biz Meschio now. Guarded up top by Alyssa O'Donnell. Goes to Romano. Puts up another floater. That one only hit backboard. And here comes the Eagles in transition yet again. The shot up by Waters was no good, but they did call a foul. So it'll be 2 shots for Sophia Waters. It's the first foul on Jenna Gold, and Sophie Waters, who is second on this team with 11.3 points a game, will go to the line. The first of 2 is short, no good. We've got 1:36 to go in the first quarter, and it's Norristown 10, Hatboro Horsham 4. Natasha Matthews is into the game now, and the second Waters free throw is no good. Offensive rebound, Matthews puts it back up high off the glass, couldn't get it. Rebound, Brittany Rose, but she walked as she was trying to pass, and the Hatboro Horsham Hatters will take over. So Norristown's been grabbing the rebounds in the defensive end and then running, trying to look for some points in transition. Meanwhile, we have a foul on the floor here. It's going to be on Rayvon Mitchell. It'll be her first. It's just the 3rd team foul on Norristown, so an inbound for the Hatters. This is a pass out to Romano. Romano driving. Puts up a floater. It wasn't close, but swatting at the rebound and not able to pull it in was Brittany Rose. Kate Romano wanted a foul on that. That floater wasn't close. But the Hatters will still keep possession because Brittany Rose swatted at the rebound and knocked it out of bounds. Spotting up and taking a 2 is Meschio, and she got it. Biz Meschio for 3, and that makes it a 3-point game. Under a minute now to go in the first quarter. There's a 3 by Waters, and she drilled it. Sophia Waters answers with a tray of her own. Here's Romano yet again. Goes down hard to the floor. Nothing called, and Norristown will run yet again. Here's Kotita. Pass over to Mitchell. Nice pass, but no finish. The rebound being tipped around, and the officials are going to give it to the Hatters of Hatboro Horsham here. So the Hatters will probably try to set up here to take the last shot. And they stop play here. Norristown will make a substitution. Raven Mitchell headed to the locker room and replaced by Heather McHugh. So we'll see what happens to Raven Mitchell. Don't know exactly why she's leaving the game here. And now you got 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Taking a shot is Alex Buzz. It's off the glass, and it's no good. Here comes Waters. She's got 5 seconds to do something with it. Goes to the sharpshooter, Heather McHugh, for 3. It's in and out. And the rebound goes down to the Hatters to prevent a last-second tip-in by the Norristown Eagles. So it's a 6-point game after 1, with Norristown in the lead, 13-7. Leading all scorers is Sophia Waters with 5. Alyssa O'Donnell also has 4 for the Eagles. And it's number 21, Biz Meschio, with 3, leading the Hatters. So Norristown using dominance, rebounding, as well as fast break opportunities to open up this 2-possession lead early. And they are 4-4 at home. They've actually played better on the road, 7-2 there. And same story for the Hatboro Horsham Hatters, who have also played better on the road, but they are just 1-5 on the road. So the Eagles will come out with Blake, McHugh, Mitchell, who's back into the game, Matthews, and Kotita. Hannah Vogel handling the ball, and now it's over to Lauren Anderson. Covered by Raven Mitchell, an excellent defender. Here's Romano, takes the 2, and got it. We're starting to see why Kate Romano scores so many points. Here's Mitchell, over to McHugh. Back to Mitchell. Skip pass into the corner for Kotita, back out to the top to Mitchell. Over to Heather McHugh. And here's Kotita driving, goes to Blake. Takes the foul line shot. That one falls off the rim, no good. And the Hatboro Horsham Hatters will bring it up with Lauren Anderson. Here's Anderson, the 5'7" junior point guard. Now it's in the hands of Hannah Vogel. There's a foul. Oh, no, this is traveling, or I don't. Norristown's going to get the ball here. I think they're 5-second violation on the Hatters. Have to advance the ball or make some kind of a move within 5 seconds, or else it's a turnover. That's what happened there. Meanwhile, a foul on the other end, a shooting foul. Natasha Matthews is going to shoot 2. There's no shot clock in high school, so they have to make sure that you can't just stand there with the ball, and the 5-second rule is in place to do that. Here's Matthews at the other end to take foul shots. The first is up and no good. Matthews gets one more. It's up and it is no good. That's 4 straight misses from the line for the Eagles. It's 13-9 with 6:45 to go in the second quarter. And here comes Romano, puts it up off the glass. It's not close. And a putback is no good. And now another putback. And drawing the foul on it was Becca Pertel. So she'll shoot a pair as she was in the act of shooting. The foul's on Heather McHugh, her first, the team's fourth. The free throw is good. Natasha Matthews leaves the game, and Norristown's leading scorer, Alyssa O'Donnell, re-enters in her place. The second Pertel free throw is good, so Becca hits a pair, and it's a 2-point game. Here's McHugh, back to Mitchell, driving, kicks it out to McHugh, who puts up a quick three, couldn't get it. The rebound's batted out of bounds by Kate Romano. Was off of her hand, and Norristown will keep possession. Biz Meshu is back into the game, and a cutting Alyssa O'Donnell could have had a two, and now she tries to rip the ball away, but it's out of bounds off her. She was cut into the basket off the inbound pass and could not make the catch, otherwise she would have had a layup. Poking that inbound pass away was Rayvon Mitchell. And Hatboro will inbound it again. They get it to Lauren Anderson. And now back to Biz and Meschio, who's back into the game. Meschio all the way to the cup. That shot won't count. There was a foul on the floor on Devin Blake, I believe. It was on Devin Blake. It's her second. And it was not a shooting foul, so inbounding are the Hatters. But tipped away by Blake and gets the steal, but saved it to Becca Pertel for the Hatters. And now Pertel loses it, gets it back, and there's another foul. I believe the foul is going to be on Heather McHugh. It is on McHugh, and Brittany Rose and Sophie Waters come into the game. Here's Becca Pertel. Now it's in the hands of Hannah Vogel, trying to get past Kotita, goes all the way to the rim, and it's ripped away by Bryn Kotita. What a steal there. And then she was fouled. The reach-in foul on Biz Meschio. And it is the first on her. Kotita brings it up, goes to McHugh. Now into the corner for Waters. Waters for three, doesn't get it. And having the rebound and then losing it was Becca Pertel, but it was knocked out of her hands by Brittany Rose. So, Hatters ball. They go to Beisel. She'll try to get past O'Donnell. Instead goes to Romano. Now back to Beisel, who puts up a contested three. It's in and out, no good. And the rebound for McHugh. There's a pass ahead to Waters. Waters driving and was hit on the hand. And Sophie Waters will take free throws. Sophie Waters still leads all scorers, still has 5. She can add to that total here from the line. The first one is short. That's the 5th consecutive miss from the line for the Eagles. The second one's up and good. So that makes it a 14-11 game with 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first half. And the Eagles nearly steal it away off the inbound pass. And here is Hannah Vogel. Vogel gets past Waters, puts up a shot from just beyond the foul line. It's long. The rebound to O'Donnell. And here comes Kotita. Kotita trying to race by everyone. Nice pass to McHugh, couldn't get it. Rebound to Rose. And she was fouled. So that's going to be the 6th team foul on the Hatters. And Brittany Rose will go to the line. foul was on Lauren Anderson, her first. And here's Rose. The free throw's up and no good. She'll get another one though. Kate Romano is just out of breather, but now she returns to action. She's Hatboro's best scorer, and that one's knocked around out of bounds, and it's off of the Hatters. Now pass inside, nice looking pass to Brittany Rose. Give the assist to Alyssa O'Donnell. That's a good looking pass to Rose, who got the one-hand layup finish. There's Lauren Anderson. Goes to Meschio. Drives and then puts up a jump shot. Couldn't get it. And the foul here is going to be on number 21, Biz Meschio for the Hatters. And Norristown's going to go all the way down to the other end of the court to shoot 1-1. Brittany Rose will take the shots because Hatters are now in the penalty with 7 team fouls. So Brittany Rose shoots 1-1. The first Rose free throw's up and good, so she'll get another. That free throw makes it 17-11 in favor of the Norristown Eagles with 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. The second free throw is long, and the rebound comes down to Biz Meschio. Meschio hands off to Anderson. Now here's Romano, dangerous scorer. Puts up the foul line shot and got it. Kate Romano's now got 6. And here's Kotita. Goes to McHugh, back to Kotita. Inside to Rose, out to Waters. Good ball movement here, and McHugh decides not to take the shot and slings it over to Waters, who goes to Kotita. Inside to Rose. Waters thought about a 3, but instead went to Kotita, who passed inside to O'Donnell, but she couldn't get the shot. Instead went off the bottom of the rim. Here's Meschio, goes to Romano. Puts up a 3, it's well short, but an offensive rebound for them. And they'll reset it here with number 4, Lauren Anderson. Here's Romano. Oh, and a lot of contact there. It's Kate Romano and Alyssa O'Donnell both going to the ground. And Kate Romano will shoot 2. Kate Romano's free throws up and no good. So she's still tied with Norristown's Sophie Waters as the game's leading scorer. They each have 6. But Kate Romano's at the line for one more, puts it up and gets it. So in a matchup of the 3-win Hatters and the 13-win Eagles, it's a 3-point game. The Eagles winning 17-14 with 3:20 to go in the second quarter. Mitchell goes over to McHugh, fakes, tried to go to O'Donnell and had it stolen. It's Kate Romano on the steal. Tried to put up a 3, and they're going to call a foul. Norristown bench wants to travel. And it's actually no, there was no foul in that play. It was actually a walk, an up and down of sorts for Kate Romano. She went up, kind of lost the ball as she was contacted a little bit. And Rayvon Mitchell puts up the jump shot. It's no good, but a rebound for Waters, who puts it up, couldn't get it. Another rebound, and Natasha Matthews cleans it up. So instead of calling a foul on that 3, they called Romano for going up and down with the basketball. Here's Meschio. Puts it up, doesn't get it. The rebound for O'Donnell. Norristown's owned the defensive glass today. And all the way ahead to Sophie Waters, who was well ahead of the defense, and scores the easy layup. So Norristown gaining some momentum here. The Hatters will call a timeout. It's 21-14 with 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. So the teams will huddle up, talk it over, and Norristown's really owned the rebounding this game, and that's one reason for their 7-point lead. And also their fast break offense. They rely on it game after game after game, but a lot of athleticism on this team. It's tough to slow them down when they have numbers. So once again, 2.5 minutes to go before halftime. The Eagles lead by a touchdown. And the Hatters will have possession to open it up here. A pass inside to a cutting Romano, who drops it off. Number 12 takes a shot and gets it. Number 12 not on our roster here, so she has 2 points though. And here is Heather McHugh. And they call a foul away from the ball. And the Hatters will get the ball. So we're not really sure who number 12 is, but nevertheless, out here on the floor along with Romano, Meschio, Anderson, and Gold. Here's Meschio. Goes inside to Romano, catches, puts it up, doesn't get it. They call a foul. Kate Romano and Sophie Waters continue to go back and forth to be the game's leading scorer, and they've really led their respective teams. Romano has 7 and still at 7 on the missed free throw. And Sophie Waters for the Eagles has 8. The next highest scorer on either team in this game is Alyssa O'Donnell. She's got 4, and the Romano free throw is in and out, no good. The rebound was dropped by Matthews, picked up by Rose. And the Eagles will pass ahead here to Waters, who puts up a 3. It's no good. Offensive rebound for McHugh and a putback by Sophia Waters. Sophia Waters gets it to double figures with 1.5 minutes to go in the first half. She's now got 10. Here's number 12. Goes to Meschio. Puts up a 3, and it's short. The rebound to Matthews, and she was fouled right as she caught the ball. That's going to result in free throws. It'll be 1-1 for the Eagles because the Hatters are into the penalty with 8 team fouls. The foul was on Kate Romano. It's her first. And Matthews' free throw is up and good. So it's a little 7-2 run for the Eagles here, and Matthews will try to increase that. Puts up the free throw and couldn't get it. The rebound's tipped around. Who wants it? Waters tried to hit it off a player, and did she do it? Yes, she did. Sophie Waters saves the ball and hits it off of a Hatter's shins to save the possession for the Eagles. Here's McHugh. Takes another 3, and this time it's good for Heather McHugh. So the 5th time's the charm for McHugh, the sharp-shooting senior guard. And now the ball's on the ground, and Raven Mitchell comes up with it. Here comes the Eagles yet again in transition. Skip pass to Waters. Drops it off to Rose, who couldn't handle it. But they save it, and McHugh in the corner got another 3. 40 seconds to go in the first half, and Norristown is on a 13-2 run, closing out the half very strong. It's always something you like to see. And here's Meschio, gets a pick, and now it's inside for Romano, who missed it all, except for the backboard, and here's McHugh. Ahead to Waters, and Waters got the layup. Man, Sophia Waters, time and time again in this game, running the floor and beating the Hatters defense back down the floor and getting easy layups. Here's Anderson, all the way to the cup. No one there, missed the layup. The rebound hit out of bounds by Brittany Rose. So Sophie Waters has 12 points in the first half. That shot's not going to count. It's not good anyway. And that ends the half. And Norristown Eagles have doubled up the Hatboro Horsham Hatters here, 32-16. The leading scorer is Sophie Waters with 12. Kate Romano leads the Hatters with 7. And we'll be back after a short halftime intermission for the second half. Welcome back, everybody, to the second half, where the Norristown Eagles lead the Hatboro Horsham Hatters 32-16 in a girls varsity basketball matchup. I'm Mark Holodinsky, bringing you the action on NASD TV, channel 28. And the second half is underway with the Hatboro Horsham Hatters and Hannah Vogel with the basketball. The story of the first half was the rebounding and the fast break opportunities for Norristown as Vogel tries the reverse layup, couldn't get it. It was hit out of bounds. Who will they give it to? They give it to Norristown. And Norristown just grabbed the defensive rebound, threw it down court, and usually we're able to have some numbers in transition and get some easy layups. Here's Kotita in the corner. They run a play for her to get a wide open three, and she got it. Bring Kotita in rhythm for three. She had 2 in the first half, so now she's got 5. Sophie Waters was key in those transition attacks, getting ahead of the defense as the 3 is up and good for Biz Meshio. So a pair of threes to open the second half. And Sophie Waters has 12 in the game. That pass to McHugh, inside to O'Donnell. Back out to Kotita, takes another one. This one's too short. And a scramble for the ball now, and a jump ball. Or, though the refs ruled different things, and it's going to be a Norristown timeout here. So, Norristown will get the ball, and they also call a timeout here. So Keith Webster will talk it over with his team. Eric Glemser with his Hatters. It's 35-19 here early in the third quarter. We've played just over a minute in it. So it's Becca Perto, Kate Romano, Biz Meshio, Alicia Hayes, and the last Hatboro Horsham Hatter on the floor is Hannah Vogel. And the Hatboro Horsham Hatters there wisely letting it go. Looked like it was off of a Hatter, but instead the refs give it to them, saying it was off Norristown. There's Romano up and good from short baseline. So here's Bryn Kotita and the Eagles. Sophie Waters back to Kotita. Here's McHugh open for 3. She'll take that one, and it's good. That's the third 3 of the quarter. We've only played less than 2 minutes in it. 2 of them by the Eagles. It's McHugh's second 3. She's got 11 points. It's actually McHugh's third 3. And now the shot up and no good by Alicia Hayes, but she was fouled. So Alyssa O'Donnell in a little bit of foul trouble now at 3. And shots for Alicia Hayes here. First one's up and good. Alicia Hayes, the 5'7" freshman guard. And she missed it, but the Hatters got the rebound and were unable to put it back. Here comes Kotita with a lot of speed. Goes to O'Donnell, back to McHugh. McHugh will take another 3, and it's no good. The rebound for Blake. Put it up. And it's going to stay with Norristown because the shot by Blake was partially tipped. The inbound goes to McHugh. Here's Kotita. They gave her too much room, but she missed. Oh, no, she made it. That 3 off the rim, straight up in the air, and ended up going in. Bryn Cotita with another three. Here's Meshio, puts it up, doesn't get it, but a foul. So Cotita and McHugh combining for 5 threes in the game. 3 in this half, which is just 2.5 minutes old. And Biz Meshio hits the first of 2 free throws. Devin Blake has 3 personal fouls, so she'll be out of the game here, and Brittany Rose will replace her. But the second Meshio free throw is no good. And here's Cotita. Goes into the corner for McHugh. Bounce pass right to the Hatters and Hannah Vogel, who now puts it up and was fouled. A blocking foul called on the Eagles. Let's see who they get. It's going to be the 3rd team foul on Norristown and the first personal on Bryn Cotita, who's also got 8 points. The Vogel free throw is up and good. That's Vogel's first point of the game. She'll look to get another here. And it's good. So 2 of 2 from the line for Vogel. Cotita goes to Waters, and now it's to McHugh. Back to Waters. The Eagles passing around, now go inside to Rose. Now here's Waters trying to drive baseline, cut off by Romano. Goes down to the ground, and they give it to the Hatters. So going to the ground was Sophia Waters, and lost the ball out of bounds, and they do not call any type of foul, so the Hatters take the ball. So here's Vogel, goes to Hayes, back to Meshio, directing traffic and now driving, uses a spin, puts up a mid-range shot and got it off the glass. Nice little one-hand hook shot there. Biz Meshio, and now it's the Eagles and Bryn Cotita. They lead by 14. That pass by Rose was tipped a little bit and ends up in the hands of the Hatters. And here's Vogel. Bounce pass to Meshio, trying to drive. Goes out to Vogel, who it nearly got away from. The skip pass inside to Hayes. Drops it off for Romano, who just kind of threw it to nowhere in particular. And Alyssa O'Donnell back into the game for the Norristown Eagles. And 5 players out for the Hatters and 5 players in. They sub in 5 new players. Here's one of them, Jenna Gold, defended well by Bryn Cotita. Here's Lauren Anderson. Can't find any room. Dribbles out to the top. Goes to Alex Speisel. And now it's Molly Byrne, who's getting her first playing time of the day. Number 12. With the handoff to Lauren Anderson. Number 12 takes the 3 and does not get it. The rebound by Cotita, and she's off and running. Nice pass to Waters, and she finishes Bryn Cotita. She's averaging 9.6 points a game. She's get close to 1,000 for her career, but man, it's passes like that that really, make her more than a one-dimensional player. She can pass, she can score, and Waters now has 14. There's a foul on Waters on the floor. Natasha Matthews and Rayvon Mitchell replace Brittany Rose and Heather McHugh for the Eagles. And they have the 16-point lead here, starting to look more like a matchup of 2 teams on the opposite sides of the standings. It's now a 43-27 game with the Norristown Eagles in the lead. And here's number 12. Can't find anywhere to go. And a whistle and a timeout. So nothing happening for the Hatters offensively, so they'll take a timeout to try to change that. Sophie Waters leads all scorers with 14, and Kate Romano has 9 for the Hatboro Horsham Hatters to lead them. Also with 8 points for the Eagles, Bryn Kotita, and for the Hatters, Biz Meschio. So this game started off going pretty back and forth, close game. Was 17-14 early in the first half. But then the Eagles went on a big run to close out the second half and have come out strong in the second half. Again, using their rebounding and their fast break offense to net them a 16-point advantage with 2 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the third quarter. The Eagles are on the floor. They're out there with Kotita, Matthews, Mitchell, O'Donnell, and Waters. And the Hatters will inbound baseline. Here's number 12. Drops it off to Anderson. And they'll go back up to the top. Actually, this is Anderson. That was Jenna Gold who has the ball here. Now goes to number 12. Nice inside pass to Beisel, who couldn't get the shot, but mistiming her jump was Waters, but the Eagles still come away with the rebound. The pass up to Waters, puts up a tough shot on an awkward angle, but got fouled. So this is Sophie Waters going to the line to try to add to her impressive total of 14 points. She will come out of here with her second on the team average of 11.3 points a game being raised. The first free throw bounces off the rim a couple times but falls out. And the second of 2 is also no good, but the Eagles get it back. And here's Waters again, and she's going back to the line. So Sophie Waters will try it again. Almost all of her baskets have come on easy layups that have come from her beating the defense down the floor, and her free throw's up and good. And a lot of athleticism and hustle for this team, and also some nice passes, have resulted in the 14 for Waters. The second free throw is off the rim a couple times and good. So here's Lauren Anderson. Meschio. Over to Anderson. And it's now in the hands of number 12. The lob. Oh, it's a shot up and good. I thought it looked like a pass, but it's like a shot. And here comes the Eagles. Here's Kotita. Back to Mitchell. Waters fakes, now goes back to Mitchell. Here's Kotita. Bounce pass inside to Matthews. Puts it up and got it. Nice looking low post basket for Natasha Matthews. And now here's the Hatters with Anderson. Number 12 over to number 22, Jenna Gold, who airballed a short baseline jumper. And pushing off was Biz Meschio, who has earned her third personal foul and given the Eagles possession. Here's Mitchell. That pass, a bad one, intended for Kotita, but she was just able to barely get a hand on it, and it ends up out of bounds off of her. But with 60 seconds to go in the third of 4 quarters, it's a comfortable 17-point lead for the Norristown Eagles. Shots up and no good for Gold. And the Eagles could not get the ball out of the backcourt before having it stolen. Here's Meschio. Looked like a travel, but before she traveled, she was fouled. This is not a shooting foul, and Norristown is not in the penalty, so it'll just be an inbound for the Hatters. Anderson will inbound it. Heather McHugh returns to the game. She's actually the second leading scorer in this game with 11. She averages 7.7 on per game on the year. Anderson missed it. Romano tipped the rebound to herself. Goes down hard to the ground. She's still down. Hope she's all right. Players from both teams gathered around her, picking her up. Took quite a hard fall there, but gets a hand from the crowd as she gets back up. That's the 6th team foul on Norristown. So despite that being a foul on the floor, Kate Romano's going to shoot 1 and 1. Actually, I guess I was going to say it was a shooting foul because she missed it, but she's getting another one. So the Eagles will take over here with Rayvon Mitchell. And the shot's up and good by Sophia Waters. That was indeed a 3. She was not on the line. And it's now a 19-point lead for Norristown. And that shot's up and no good for the Hatters. And here's Waters all the way to the basket and got it. There's that fast break we were talking about. And that time, Sophie Waters sped by the Hatboro defenders to get the easy layup. And now 3 seconds to go. That 3 is well short. The Hatters try to save it, but it doesn't matter because time has expired in the 3rd quarter. So 3 players in this game are now in double digits. You got Heather McHugh with 11, Kate Romano with 10, and leading all scorers by far is Sophia Waters, who has 20, and we're just through 3 quarters. So it's really been Norristown's athleticism on display here, getting up there for the rebounds, running in transition, and they have a 52-31 lead through 3 quarters. If Norristown can avoid some kind of a huge collapse, they'll go to 14-6 and 9-3 in the conference, as this is a matchup of 2 Suburban 1 League Continental teams. Norristown's next game is against the Plymouth White Marsh Colonials. That's tomorrow. We'll be right back here again for that game against PW. Bryn Cotito will have an excellent shot at scoring that 1,000th point. So we hope you join us for that game against PW tomorrow. Here's Mitchell. Goes out to Rose and now Cotito for 3, and it's no good. The rebound is to number 21, Biz Meschio. And here comes Meschio. Now Romano takes the open 3. It's not close. And here comes Norristown. Cotito stops just inside the foul line, shoots and misses. And Alicia Hayes rebounds. And that long pass is intercepted by Devin Blake. Here's a Mitchell. Goes to McHugh. But a whistle and a foul. So the 4th team foul of Hatboro Horsham was on Becca Pertel. And Norristown will inbound with Heather McHugh. We've got 7 minutes to go in this game, and Norristown has the 52-31 lead. Here's Mitchell, splitting the defenders all the way to the basket and got it. Rayvon Mitchell showing you some of her quickness all the way to the rim on that one. And that is her first basket of the game. This shot's up. It was a long 2, maybe a 3, but it won't matter because it was no good from Hannah Vogel. And a travel here on Norristown, so they give it right back. So with 6 minutes and 38 seconds to go, The teams will talk it over in their respective huddles. And meanwhile, the Hatboro Horsham Hatters sit at the bottom of the Suburban 1 League Continental Conference, and they'll go on the road at CB West on Thursday after they complete this game here today. Teams match up pretty evenly. The CB West sits at 4-12, so a matchup of two last place teams over there. So Sophia Waters going through a real hot stretch right now. She's got 20 in this game. She had 15 in Norristown's last game. And meanwhile, Heather McHugh have one of her better games of the year, scoring-wise, at 11. So here we go, ready to resume the action, and it goes inbounds to Biz Meschio. Here's Romano. They pass it around. Here's Meschio. To Becca Pierto. Finds Vogel. Who goes to Romano. To Meschio. And now here's Hayes. Puts up a shot from the left wing, and it's good. So Bryn Katita, who isn't in the game right now, and she's actually headed over to the scorers table right now to re-enter. She's got 989 career points now, 11 shy of that milestone of 1,000, as Sophie Waters splashes in another and now has 22. And Katita will, maybe she'll add another 1 or 2 buckets here today, but doesn't look like she's going to get to 1,000 today. Looks like it's very likely to happen tomorrow versus PW. There's a pass to Rose, puts up a shot off the glass, but no good. Devin Blake comes in for the rebound, surrounded by 4 Hatters. And she stepped out of bounds on the baseline.
Maybe, I don't know actually.
So Katita in the game for the Eagles, along with Andrea Stickley into the game for the first time. And Alyssa O'Donnell is back in. Pass over to Biz Meschio. Here's Vogel. And that pass was intended for Romano, but Devin Blake ended up with it. Katita all the way down at the other end. And she's going to the free throw line as she was hit on her way up. So Bryn Katita has 8 in the game. We mentioned how she has 989 for her career. And she can add to those totals from the line. First one's up and good. Bryn Katita in her senior year stands at just 5 feet tall, by far the shortest Norristown Eagle. And then her second free throw is no good, but it was off of Kate Romano, so the Eagles will get the Bryn Katita free throw and possession. Here's Katita, long pass over to Stickley. And that pass is batted away by Biz Meschio, but she couldn't keep it in play, so Norristown keeps the ball. Here's Stickley. It was actually batted away, and now it's picking up the ball for the Hatters is Vogel with numbers. Here's the Hatters. Can they make anything out of it? That shot's thrown up, and it's no good. Rebound batted around and goes to Stickley. Here comes Waters. She's got a 4-on-2. Waters to the basket, lost it, nothing called. A lot of contact, no call. And there's Vogel with the long pass, and not able to catch up to it was Becca Pierto. Well, the Eagles have been making those long passes down the floor all game, and the Hatters had a chance to do it there and couldn't complete a pass. Here's Andrea Stickley, has not scored this year. Here's Katita to O'Donnell. Waters takes a 3. It's well short, air ball, and rebounded by Kate Romano. We're halfway through the fourth and final period. It's a 14-point lead for Norristown and another air ball three. This time it's by Kate Romano. Excuse me, it's actually a 24-point lead for the Norristown Eagles, 57-33. Here's Kotita racing down the floor. Goes to O'Donnell. To Stickley. Had it poked away, but they call a foul. The reach-in's going to be on Hannah Vogel. And a trio of Hatters coming into the game. You got number 12, and then you got number 4, Lauren Anderson, and finally, Jenna Gold. The Norristown Eagles are going to win this game and go to 14-6 with 4 games remaining on their schedule. One of them being right back here tomorrow at home, same place, same time, 7 o'clock start. Here's Waters. Waters is up to 22 points. Not done yet. Here's Waters driving. Pass outside to Kotita. Puts up a 3. It's no good. O'Donnell got the rebound, though, but couldn't get it to go down. And Kotita comes away with the rebound. It was tipped around a bit. And we'll go back up top to Sophie Waters. Gets past some people. Goes out to Kotita again. Similar play to what just happened. And again, not hitting on the 3 was Kotita. And this time, Kate Romano gets the rebound for the Hatters. We'll go to Lauren Anderson. To Bismescio. Back to Anderson. To Romano. Covered by Blake. Romano drives. Puts it up and got it. Going down to the ground again is Romano. This time taking O'Donnell with her. Kate Romano's got a dozen. She had 9 points last game against Council Rock South. And that shot's up and no good from Kotita. And a rebound for number 33, Kate Romano. 2.5 minutes to go now. Here's Romano. Takes a 3. It's no good. Well off in the Norristown Eagles. We'll call it timeout. So it's a 57-35 game in favor of the Norristown Eagles with 2 minutes and 21 seconds to go in the fourth and final quarter. Natasha Matthews is back into the game, as is Brittany Rose. That pass too tall for, and Kotita with a 3. The pass was too tall for Andrea Stickley, but there to back it up was Kotita, and she just pulled up and hit a 3. How about that? There's a shot up and no good from number 12, and the rebound for Brittany Rose. And she took too many steps along the baseline trying to get rid of the ball, and it'll be number 4, Lauren Anderson, to inbound for the Hatters. There's number 12. And there's a 3 up and no good from Jenna Gold. It was actually Kate Romano on the miss. And here's Kotita. Has an open 3, so takes it. And there it is. That's good again. Bring Kotita. Back-to-back 3s. And bring Kotita now with 15 points. And a layup up and good at the other end for Biz Mescio. So here's Rayvon Mitchell. With just 1:15 to go. And the Norristown Eagles with the comfortable 26-point lead. Brittany Rose. Stickley. What a Rayvon Mitchell. The Eagles just need to eat some clock here. That's exactly what they're doing. And now a shot up by Rose is no good. Rebound for Matthews. And that'll allow the Eagles to chew up the clock a little bit more. Here's McHugh. Back to Mitchell. 3/4 of a minute to go now in the game. Here's McHugh. One-hand pass over to Stickley, who takes a three. It's off the glass and in and out. So here is number 12 for the Hatters. Under 20 seconds to go now. And here's Anderson. Puts up a shot. That was number 1, Alex Beisel. And just 5 seconds to go. Mitchell will hold on to it, and the Eagles will hold on to a 26-point lead to get the 63-37 win. The high scorer was Sophia Waters, who dropped 22 tonight. Kate Romano led the way for the visiting Hatters with a dozen. And Norristown using their rebounding and their fast break offense to net them a hard-earned win here at home. And for NASD TV Channel 28, I'm Mark Heldinsky saying so long.